Honorable members, the next motion stands in the name of the Honorable Shadow Minister of Natural Resources. Honorable Member Matthew Gall, you may proceed.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. There are some subjects which are above the pettiness of party differences, and there are some motions which are so momentous, so far as our country is concerned, that to bandy words across the table is sacrilegious. Such a debate, such a motion is this one. Guyana has been blessed with an abundance of mineral deposits of gold, bauxite, diamonds, lands, forests, water, fish, rice, and sugar. However, according to a survey conducted by the Caribbean Development Bank in 2015, Guyana's youth unemployment rate lies at 40%. Additionally, according to a survey conducted by the Guyana Budget and Policy Institute, 34% of youth between ages 16 to 25 live in poverty, that is, below US $1.75 per day. I find it difficult to comprehend how a country with such vast resources can produce these heartbreaking numbers. From May 2015 to present, Guyana's total estimated income from the 13 discoveries made so far by ExxonMobil at the Stabroek Block is now projected at US $117.5 billion, which is equivalent to more than 24 trillion Guyana dollars. I repeat, 24 trillion Guyana dollars, according to projections made by Rystad Energy, a Norwegian intelligence company. Guyana's oil revenues have the potential to cause a paradigm shift in Guyana's social, political, and economic development. Oil has provided us with the opportunity to transform the lives of every boy, girl, man, and woman, regardless of political affiliation, race, and class. According to the Natural Resources Fund Act 2019, all oil revenues will be streamlined through a sovereign wealth fund. What is a sovereign wealth fund? A sovereign wealth fund is a giant pool of money owned and managed by a country. Oil prices are highly volatile, meaning they go up and they go down. Additionally, oil does not last forever. In simpler terms, a sovereign wealth fund is created for the same reason American rapper Diddy invested in Ciroc and tequila companies, because you never know how long the hits will last. Oil revenues must be used as a budget stabilizing force. What do I mean by that? If the government is expecting and budgeted for $5 billion from the mining sector, but it only receives $2 billion, the government can use the money from the sovereign wealth fund to act as a buffer so they can execute the budgeted programs. Oil revenues must be saved for the benefit of future generations. The opposition is not proposing that the government embarks on a spending bonanza and adopts a mentality like Vybz Kartel, who famously stated in a song, "Me want money if you spend, spend, spend." Oil revenues must be saved for future generations, even as current generations benefit from increased investments. Finally, oil revenues must be primarily used for infrastructural development, which speaks of the construction of quality and durable roads, which are the gateway to economic growth. Bridges, state-of-the-art hospitals equipped with electronic databases containing the medical history of citizens, and vastly improved medical equipment. Furthermore, oil revenues must be used to create modern universities in every county and one in the hinterland region to ensure that every citizen of Guyana benefits from a proper education regardless of their location. Oil revenues must also be used to encourage the expansion of our productive and manufacturing industries, which are already in existence, to encourage the birth of new agro-processing and manufacturing industries, and to attract foreign investment. Guyana must no longer spend millions of dollars importing plantain chips, fruit juices, and milk. What does Guyana need to propel this transformation? Allow me to elucidate. Today, I celebrate my 22nd birthday, and in my 22 years of existence, there are two things I've never experienced. Number one, what it feels like to be ugly. And number two, what it feels like to live in a country with reliable and stable electricity supply. Guyana's oil revenues must be used to transition to 100% renewable energy within a realistic time frame of 10 years. According to an IDB report released in 2019, Guyanese firms report high energy costs as a major obstacle to business operations. In fact, in the World Bank's Doing Business Report 2019, Guyana's rank dropped from an already terrible number 126 to number 134, mainly due to a massive decline in the score
Honorable member, you have 1 minute remaining.
for electricity. Sunlight for solar, wind for wind energy, biogas, water for water turbines are some of the potential sources of renewable energy in Guyana. Madam Speaker, I reiterate, decreased energy costs and reliable electricity is a must to improve the quality of life and standard of living of Guyanese. Think about the young lady who's preparing for her CSEC examinations and suddenly finds herself in blackout because of scheduled load shedding. With the incoming oil revenues, high energy costs and electricity must be a thing of the past. So long, bye-bye. Madam Speaker, be it resolved that this youth parliament calls on the government of Guyana to prudently utilize the oil revenues to develop, among other things, the infrastructure of our country for the betterment of its people. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Shadow Minister.